Mother-in-law gave every kid a gift except my daughter. Then my husband pulled out an envelope. I knew my in-laws looked down on me, but I never thought they'd humiliate my daughter too. Every Christmas, they throw this huge fancy dinner. Gold decorations, catering, the works. They love to show off their money, their connections, their perfect family image. I married into it a decade ago, hoping they'd accept me. They never did, but I stayed silent until they turned on my little girl. My daughter is 8, quiet, creative, more interested in her sketchbook than ballet recitals or piano trophies. That makes her different. And different in this family is unacceptable. This year, she worked for days on a watercolor painting for her grandparents. Wrapped it herself. Asked me if I thought maybe they'd hang it up next to her cousin's fancy portraits. I didn't have the heart to tell her the truth. When we arrived, everything looked picture perfect. Crystal glass is a massive tree, piles of gifts under it, matching bows, calligraphy tags. My daughter put her painting under the tree with so much hope in her eyes. When it was time for gifts, I held my breath. One by one, my in-laws called every child forward. Each cousin got designer clothes, tablets, drones, thousands of dollars in gifts. And my daughter, her name never came up. She stood there in her old velvet dress, watching every other kid scream with joy while her painting sat untouched under the tree. My hands were shaking. I wanted to grab her and run. But then my husband did something I didn't expect. He stood up, reached into his suit jacket, and said loud enough for everyone to hear, "There's one more gift." Everyone turned. My mother-in-law froze. My father-in-law glared like he smelled something rotten. My husband knelt in front of our daughter, handed her a cream envelope. She opened it, confused. Inside was an official document with a gold seal. "What is it, Daddy?" My husband looked around the room, his voice shaking but strong. "It's your future. It's the trust fund we opened the day you were born. Fully paid for your college, your dreams. On our terms, not theirs." The room went dead silent. My mother-in-law turned pale, but he wasn't done. "There's something else." He nodded to our daughter. She pulled out a second paper. I caught the letterhead. Real estate. My husband looked at me. "And that is our new house, far from here. 4 bedrooms, big backyard, room for your art studio, and freedom from people who think love is something you have to earn." My daughter clutched the envelope, not fully understanding, but I did. I looked at my husband, the man who'd spent years defending his parents, finally defending us. My father-in-law started to speak, but my husband just turned his back, took my daughter's hand. Then he looked right at his parents and said, "You can keep your gifts. We're taking our family."